Let's talk Arsenal Football Club. Mate, that first half, you went in 2-1 down. Man City, you lost. You dropped points at Brentford. You lost to Everton before that. You must have been sitting that halftime thinking, mate, what is wrong with this defense? What is wrong with this team? Or did you have hope that a comeback was on the cards, mate? How were you feeling?
I'm not gonna lie to you, Josh, but I thought there was comeback in the cards. At 1-0 down, I placed a bet that we're gonna come back. But when we went 2-1 down at half time, I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. It was a big 45 minutes in the second half, and we just went gun ho. We just played really well, good football. We weren't pinging balls. Good, you know what? I'll give Jorginho man of the match. He was pinging balls and also Odegaard. Apart from that miss he made, but I think he controlled the game. The spaces started to appear in the middle of the pitch, and then he was passing to Saka, spraying balls left and right. So Odegaard switched it up in the second half because the first half there was no space for him. There was no space. But that win, man, that's a good feeling. Now we got a lot of confidence going into Leicester next week as well.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Before I hand over the mic to say Sultan, and then we'll get VJ's thoughts in as well. Did he get the selection right then? Because you're back to winning ways. Ben White, I heard had a good game,
Yeah, exactly.
and
And White man just
Trossard.
started.
Yeah, Trossard and Ben White were the changes, weren't they, from the
Yeah.
midweek game? So, do you think, in hindsight, Ben White was should have started against City? Do you think that would have made a difference?
100%. I said that to you last week. It was a very odd change. I don't know why he put Tomiyasu there. Ben White has been starting us for the whole season, so you just start with your best 11. And you've seen Ben White, he defended well as well, and he made a lot of overlapping runs, put balls in the box as well. So he's a solid right back for us. So he performs well. On the defensive side, I don't have a problem with Ben White. It's not a problem. And with the Martinelli change, Trossard, yeah, I think Martinelli was a bit tired. Trossard, he did well. He did well. So that was a good change.
Do you think Trossard did well? Because I mean, he's been coming off the bench, hasn't he, for you boys? And when he comes off the bench and he has that sort of 15 minutes or whatever it is, 20 minutes,
Yeah,
he looks pretty decent. But I thought that he was quite ineffective. He wasn't the same Trossard that came off the bench. And okay, Martinelli got a little bit lucky with the goal. Martinez was up there trying to score a Alisson sort of a goal, last minute goal and stuff. But he got his goal. But I thought I don't know. I just thought Trossard wasn't as effective as he was when he came off the bench.
yeah. What it is, I realised when Zinchenko goes to the midfield, it's just really difficult for Trossard or Martinelli to get forward. Because I realised when we play with Tierney at the back, he always just runs forward, just runs that straight, direct. He's just very direct with Zinchenko. He goes to the midfield, he goes to the other side, left, right. He's everywhere. So obviously that left hand side, there's always two people on the wingers. So you see in it every time Arsenal play, there's always keep Odegaard shut down and keep Saka and keep the wings. Just two men on them. So they did that in the first half, but in the second half it just opened up. Odegaard, got into those pockets and sprayed balls, and obviously, yeah, I just think Odegaard just killed it in the second half. Got all the spaces and stuff. But in terms of that change, I'll say Trossard deserved to start because every time he came on, he made a difference. So I also said to Josh like he should start Trossard, see how he plays. Obviously, he didn't make a big impact in the first half, but second half he was doing well.
Fair enough. Sully, you got any thoughts on the game, mate? On where Arsenal that first half, mate? I'm as an Arsenal fan, it worries me, Hash, watching that first half. I thought it was too open. I think if they took their chances because they scored two. And you did have a bit of luck with the own goal from the goalkeeper. That could do that 100 times. That probably just bounce out and go out. Won't go in the goal.
Yeah.
So, and that was the 90th minute, wasn't it? The
93rd.
Jorginho goal, 93rd minute. So it was a draw. In any play that game again, you're not going to get that luck. So, have Arsenal, Sully, do you think they've been? Yes, they won 4-2, and the scoreline probably flatters, Arsenal from that point of view because there were two gifts. One was an own goal, and one was obviously the goalkeeper going up. Do you think Arsenal still have some issues looking at what they've been up to in the last 3-4 games because of that first half?
I think you're going to get that, during the course of the season. I think it's a massive win for Arsenal, however they did it. They got lucky because Jorginho's shot, which was really good, hit the bar, hit his head and went in. And then the fourth goal, the goalkeeper Martinez went up and then just left it all open, and he got telling off from his manager. No, it's a massive win. And right now it's the 3 points. The performance doesn't matter too much. It's the 3 points in the bag, because that's the momentum you need. And it worked out. It was a good day for Arsenal because, City dropped points right against Forest unexpectedly. So it's actually a bigger win than you can imagine for Arsenal and their supporters.
Yeah, I think they needed to stop the rut, didn't they? Right, we have a Man United fan in the back end. We have G ready to come on. No nonsense, G. And we've got Slick Rick, the Man City fan there in the back smiling. I can see him. He's smiling. They picked up a point, but they probably should have picked up all three, really, based on that performance. Anyone who didn't see the City game, they were so unlucky, man. So unlucky. None of those boys could stick it in the back of the onion bag. But let's get on G, our resident Man United fan. And there he is.
Hey guys, how's it going, man? Sorry I was a bit late. Trying to round up some City fans.
Thanks for bringing on Ricky, mate. Listen, it's becoming a bit boring now with Man United winning, but we'll get into Man United's game soon, mate. Whilst we're on Arsenal, G, and I'm going to bring on Ricky in a second as well. Any questions for our Arsenal pundit today, Hash? Have you any? I mean, look. A lot of good things about Arsenal coming out of the back of that match, G. Their back character, didn't stop, kept going, resilient. Yeah. Anything you worry about watching that game? Is anything you look at that and say, do you know what? Actually, I'm not so sure, mate. I'm not sure they're completely back.
Yeah, I think we mentioned it a couple of weeks ago, right? I think the transfer window should have really been smashed in terms of going out and getting a striker out and out. And if you play that game against probability and odds, not everyone's going to play like Villa in the last 10 minutes. I thought, there were a couple of real moments where that could have been a draw. You could have even lost that game. Somebody like Ollie Watkins would have actually been a really good addition to the Arsenal team, right? So it's an interesting one. I think if it comes down to squad depth, you may rue it a little bit later. But right now, as Sultan says, I think points matter, and with City sort of losing points to Forest, I think this is a good result. I mean, Chelsea we were not even going to go into right now, are we, VJ? That's just I can't believe that soon. Result, but it's
we've done. You've missed it, sorry mate, so we'll have to do that another time now.
That's why VJ went off.
But Ash, what's your feeling now, mate? Nobody seems to want to win the title.
Sorry?
Nobody seems to want to win the title. What's going on?
One second, Hash. Wait, 1 second. Before you talk about winning titles, we must bring in a fan who thinks otherwise. Let's bring on Ricky, lads. There we go. There he is. Squeezing him in. Ricky, you must have very few nails left, mate, after that performance, mate, because watching your team, I could not believe you didn't score 5 or 4.
It's terrible, to be honest. I thought, I listened to it on the radio, and it was like City 83% possession or something like that.
Yeah.
And I just thought we're going to win 4-5-0 here. But you see, I saw Match of the Day highlights, and Haaland should have stuck away that open goal. It was and he had 2 chances to score, and just didn't score it. Forest didn't have any chances whatsoever, and we just it's terrible to kind of draw 1-1. I think this has given advantage to Arsenal. After beating them 3-1 last week, and then to draw against Forest, the advantages for the confidence is behind Arsenal now. I think they've got the momentum. Going away to Forest and drawing is a terrible result. But I do think that we did play really well. I think we definitely deserve to win, and it's positive that all that possession, all those chances. I think on another day we would have won that game easily. So disappointing, to be honest. But I think our problem is going to be our Champions League distraction. We're going to get distracted with the Champions League is my view, and then Arsenal will go away and take away. I think they're going to win the league.
Yeah, I think City will get quite deep into the Champions League, probably semi-finals. Get knocked out.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. It's always the way with City, isn't
Just
it?
straight. Yeah.
Ricky, we got a G here for Man United. You know, like I said, they not too far away from you guys.
I'm
as well.
fearing
3
United.
points
I
behind.
watched them. Yeah, I watched them today, and they're playing amazing. Like I heard
Played well
Sultan
second
say,
half, mate. We played
Yeah.
second half.
like people are talking about manager of the year. Like I think Eric Ten Hag should definitely be up
Well,
there.
But a G at 1-0, right? Sabitzer, that was a dirty tackle.
Yeah, that's a
That
red
that's
should-
the red card.
That's a red card all day. So
It is a red
Varchester
card, yeah.
came to the rescue again.
Always,
Not at Old Trafford.
Always at Old Trafford.
But
Always.
do you know what? To be fair to us, like when we were watching Barcelona United in the midweek, there was a red card there as well for Canade for Barcelona, but that ref would dare send anybody off in the Barca team.
Yeah, they should have got a penalty.
Oh yeah, Barca's been up to no good with the refs, haven't they?
Yeah,
But they can't prove it.
Yeah, but just coming back to this game, I thought Trossard
Mhm.
was an interesting start, right? And Ben White at right back is probably your best option as it currently stands. I think it's Arsenal's to lose. I know it sounds really weird, but genuinely, if you can keep the ball, in the net, that's the thing. That's where I see Haaland not scoring, which sounds really weird, but City are better sometimes without him playing, and I can see Arsenal winning this, unless they have a total collapse, which is it could happen.
We've seen before.
Yeah.
Gee, don't you think Man United and title race?
Man United are 3 points behind City, right?
He won't give up.
We're 3 points behind City. We've got a good game to come up against Barcelona. I think we will know more. Remember what I said about Rashford over-reliance. I don't know if anybody watched the game today, right? Today's game, Leicester could have been 3-0 up if it wasn't for two worldies.
So
from
De Gea.
De Gea.
Yeah.
True.
So I don't think we're kind of there yet, but we're digging results out, and I know it sounds really weird when we say we won that by such a margin, but actually that wasn't that sort of game. It looked like it on paper. It wasn't easy.
Yeah. But that question again, I asked you, the title race. Are Man United and title?
It's a 3-horse race, whichever way you look at it.
Yeah, I think we're in it. But as long as Weghorst keeps missing the chances that we keep creating for him, he's like that kid in the class. You could give it to him like a yard away from the line, and he's still going to miss. But no, I think we're in it for sure. But let's see. I want to win the Carabao Cup next week, and then we'll be in a better place.
Oh, you will, because you got Lewis Carris in goal for Newcastle, so we'll give it
Never know. Redemption.
2-0 head start.
Redemption.
2-0 head start.
Oh, sorry, I was going back to the Arsenal game, Hash. Ben White, does he play like more as a centre back, or does he provide width? Because at Brighton he was a centre back, right? So how does it quite work from that perspective? Does he provide attacking impetus, or is it more defensive?
I think it depends. When the team defending like two banks or four, then he will create some width for Saka, create those overlapping runs. But then when it's like when you're going all out attack, he covers that position at the back. But he was playing far forward. He was putting crosses in. He was putting a lot of crosses in for. I think there's one time he put a cross, and I think it was him, and then Eddie hit the crossbar.
Yeah,
so he put that wicked ball in as well, and Eddie hit the crossbar as well. So
I just wonder, Hash, with Aston Villa, they let you play, didn't they? They didn't really get ugly. Unai Emery comes from a background of nice. Passing football. He didn't like the fact that you guys got the ball back from a Villa punt for that goal, for that Jorginho goal. That opportunity came from Villa losing the ball. He was pissed off at his players. Like, just keep the ball. It's 92 minutes, just keep control of the game. I just wonder, when you go to Leicester, are they going to be expansive like Villa? Are Crystal Palace going to be expansive like Villa? Are Fulham going to be expansive like Villa? I don't think these next 6 fixtures are as easy as people are making it. I think the thing is, right, when you're a title contender or you're top of the league, you get respect from the opposition, because they look at you and they say, right, I think Unai Emery went for it toe to toe with Arsenal. I don't think he played it ugly. I don't think he tried to stop Arsenal. Yeah, those little things. But in terms of the game, I think he had said to his guys, "Look, just go and play the game. I'm happy for you to lose this. It's Arsenal, you know. No one's going to say,
But-
you know, you didn't play well. It's Arsenal, and they did play well. They had a good game of football with you. But I don't think this is going to be the norm, Hash. I think teams are going to do their homework and they're going to do an Everton on you, mate. I think that's the only area I see Arsenal getting
And
unstuck.
also, if you look at teams, they're like time wasting against us. You saw last week against Man City. You saw the first half; they were time wasting. They got yellow cards,
Edison.
left, right, and centre. Even Martin, Emmy, he got a yellow card as well in Aston Villa just for time wasting. So I feel all these teams gonna just go for a draw, and in a way, that puts a bit of respect in Arsenal's name because they know we can just hurt them.
I don't think Arteta's got a plan B. Is I guess where I'm coming from is I look at Arteta and I think he only knows one way. You know, he only knows one way. He doesn't know any other way. The way is great. The way he's built and the way you play is amazing. Right? You know, you play the best football in the league at the moment, no doubt. But you know, I worry for Arsenal when Odegaard's double marked, when Saka's double marked. And then you're sort of looking at the pitch going, right, where's our creativity going to come from? Where's our magic? And Jorginho was the magic until that point on the weekend. He was the bit of magic. I mean, he smashed that perfect top bins. Yeah, I mean, what a strike. But he's not going to do that every week, right? It's just not going to happen. So I feel like Arsenal, I'm just...
Never did
Arsenal
it for us.
Yeah. I mean, for Chelsea, man, I mean, Chelsea, even Mudryk can't do it at the moment, you know, any of them at the moment. But coming back to the whole marking your best players out, I think that Arteta will struggle in those areas. And that's why I think it's going to go down to the wire. And I don't think Arsenal will walk it. But we'll see what happens. You know, Leicester away is not going to be easy. They're full of goals as well. Like as G said, this first 20 minutes, first 15 minutes against United, they should have been 2-0 up, man, if it wasn't for two world-class saves.
Yeah. The second one was just outstanding. I mean, that one would see. And also Fulham, let's not write them off. I mean, just have a look at the league table and see where Fulham are, guys. Like, you know, they're a good team. They're playing well. They're going to give a lot of grief to Arsenal, I think, in that fixture. So, Hash, do you think you're going to win the league, mate?
One game at a time.
Man, that changed. At the top of the show, you said, "Yeah, we're going to win it."
We weren't live then, VJ.
It's the gap. It's just one game. If you miss that one game,
it's when the United.
I said Spurs would.
I think my view is that obviously all the scandal about Man City, etc. I think that'll, in a way, it'll carry momentum for us because it's like seen as our last chance to win the title. Everyone's against us. Like I think that momentum's actually. I guess like the Arsenal game is the only game since that scandal. But I think that that's actually going to. My view is it's actually it's going to benefit us in terms of everyone's just going to think, you know what, it's Premiership against Man City, and it's our last potential chance if we're found guilty, and we're just going to go for it. That's the mentality, and also in addition to that, if you see the Man City lineup now, we've got all of our players back, like Laporte, Diaz, Nathan Ake, and players like that are on the bench now. So
I think Ricky, you still got another 3-4 years before the outcome of the investigation. So
this is killing me this wait. So I just hope it's soon rather than 4 years because
and you got a very expensive lawyer to defend you. So who knows?
That's true.
I just wonder if Man City will just smash it, like spend $1 billion in 4 years just before they can. It's like someone knows they're gonna they're on the run, aren't they? Just do everything, rob every bank.
Exactly.
Your manager also came out and said there's no debt he has. What was that? What was that about?
No debt.
Yeah, Pep Guardiola comes out and says, "Oh, he struggles with debt."
No depth. Depth.
Oh, no depth. All right, yeah. He's just looking to spend more money, isn't he? I mean, get rid of. Add
He's
to
trying to tell
Haaland,
FFP.
Yeah.
That'd be quite hilarious, isn't it? If City go and win the title and they basically done over Arsenal, done over United, done over Liverpool, and then get sanctioned and get relegated to the bottom of the Championship or something, that'd be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Especially win by a point against Arsenal as well. That'll be that'll be embarrassing.
Goal difference.
Yeah, exactly.
So to VJ's point, it's an interesting one because the Premier League have spent the last 4 years investigating and come up with 110 charges. And if they don't follow it through, the integrity of the Premier League is massively under the scope. And people are going to question it big time. So they must have some confidence in some of these charges that what they've found, and even if they're from like leaked emails, the fact that they've got it's happened for the last 10 years, there must be something in it. And Pep said in his interview last week that we defended ourselves at UEFA. Yes, but you were fined 10 million euros. So you were found guilty, but they couldn't proceed with it because of the time bar limit of 5 years. But the Premier League doesn't have that limitation. So,
Yeah.
you know, who knows? I mean, it's going to take another 4 years, right? And then we'll find out what's going on. But the Premier League clubs, all the rest of them, they want probably City out of the league. Because of their own selfish reasons. Who knows, right?
To be honest, I don't. I mean, I'm a United supporter.
Yeah. And then Man City.
I mean, I'm a United supporter, and I don't want City out of the league. I think, you know what, that's one of those things where financial fair play was never about the sort of players on the pitch and the team that's playing and the supporters that support them, right? I think City's better. You know, Premier League is a better product with City in it, and that's the.
Gaurav's only been saying that for 4.5 days since Wednesday afternoon. Friday.
You know,
Sorry, 2.5 days since
Since
Friday.
the Qataris have
11 o'clock.
decided they're going to buy us or Josh. But
Yeah.
that's the thing, right? But ultimately, if you're Hash, right, if you lose the title, let's just say you lose the title by 2 points to City, and then City are found guilty, and Haaland was part of that deal, right? You're going to be feeling like a kick in the stomach.
No, if you lose the league by 2 points, I'm gonna go after Lee Mason.
Yeah, well, he's got.
He's quit, mate. He's quit.
He's got his address.
Yeah.
He's got his address.
Yeah,
All right, lads, but yeah, let's close that off because I need to get onto Chelsea and the other ones. But I mean, obviously, I know
we're good. We carry on, man. Sorry.
Yeah, VJ can't wait. He just messaged me. He said, "Guy, hurry up, man. I can't wait."
VJ's making friends in Southampton as we speak.
But let's finish off with Arsenal, G. Let's finish off with Arsenal, man. Any other points, guys, we want to raise?
Arsenal, I think you're just going to win the title. It could be on goal difference.
Well, we still need to go to your place at Anfield. That's the game that's gonna. I don't know. Could be make or break. If you just scroll down, Josh, I think when we're going to. I think after Leeds, I think after Leeds we're going.
I think these are the teams. It's not going to be your big six or whatever, whoever's in the top half. I think it's going to be those mid-table teams that are going to be the ones that maybe where Arsenal drop a couple of points. And I think, Josh, you summed it up nicely. Any other day, that Villa result is a 2-2, and that's how it finishes. And they drop 2 points.
I think if we go through March, win all our games, but I think April, just that Liverpool game from 8th of April, from there, it's going to be our hardest games. So you got Liverpool, West Ham, Southampton. I think where Man City comes in as well, right?
Yeah.
You got Newcastle. Yeah, that's gonna be very challenging. I think April's gonna.
It's who's fighting at the end, right? Those last 4 games, if they're fighting for Premier League survival, those games are nightmare.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they all raise their level by like tenfold. So that's the games you don't want to be relying on to win the league.
We've got Chelsea there as well.
That's a given 3 points there. So yeah,
they might be relegated by then. You'll be all right.
We don't
want the ones with the ones on the left, as well.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. So, any other points on Arsenal, Sully?
Good
Ricky,
luck,
guys.
Man. Just good luck. It's going to be United, Arsenal, City in the mix. I think come sort of start of April.
I think it just all depends on injuries. Like if you can hold on to your players at Arsenal, then I think you'll win it. If you get any injuries,
Jesus is coming back. Partey's coming back. Smith Rowe is just he's coming back. He's training as well, so it's looking all good.
One game at a time.
That's it. One game at a time.
One fence at a time, Ash. One fence at a time, mate. You don't put too much weight on one fence, mate. It might break, you know. But now you said Arsenal are going to win the league, so we'll hold you to that on next week's show, mate. You've got Leicester, which I think most of the panel would agree you're going to batter or win at least, mate. But I do think that if Brendan Rodgers stinks out the place and puts 6 behind the ball, stops Odegaard from having that extra second of time, have Saka marked out the game, then I think Arsenal could come unstuck, mate, because being the shortest team in the league doesn't help on set pieces, and you don't score that many set piece goals. They're generally very nice, beautiful goals. I don't think I'll take that as a plan B, mate, but if you go and smash Leicester next week 3-0, then nobody cares about set pieces and and tactics. It's getting the points on the board as per everyone else's comments, man. Right, Hash. Thank you for that, mate. We'll look forward to your comments and opinions on Chelsea now.